All right, so in the last video I showed you guys how we made these end tables. Now if you haven't seen it, check it out, we got the full build there. However, after I made that first one, I started to make a couple more because I wanted some extra tables for my set. And then we came across a little bit of a problem. It's a little hard to see, I think, on video, but on this one, it's a bit of crooked, so it kind of goes down. So this is like a low point, and this one is higher, so the whole thing's a little wonky. So what happened with it is, when I was getting my pieces of lumber ready, I just got the bare ones and I shaved off the sides. However, what I didn't take into account is that the two flat parts weren't actually parallel with each other. So it was almost like a little bit of a wedge shape. And so when I put these together, that wedge shape kind of pulled it out of whack and it just made this whole thing go a little crazy. So definitely keep that in mind if you're making these and you're not making sure that all four pieces are all 90 degrees with each other. So what I ended up doing to rectify that with the new ones that I'm making over here is I made sure I had this labeled, so when I was shaving down these sides with my table saw, I made sure to keep this side up on both sides, so when I flip it around, to do the other side, and then I have that marked, so when it's going with this one, I know I got this 90-degree surface to here, to here, to here. This fourth side doesn't really matter because it's going to be the outside anyway. So that has worked out well with my new ones, and I just didn't run into that issue with the first table I made because the two flat pieces were parallel with each other, so no big deal. So I figured I have an extra table. Let's see what it takes to break it. Why not? All right, so this isn't meant to be a scientific experiment. This is just for fun. Now, obviously, because of the design of this table, it's going to be weaker than it would be if it had 4 legs on it, because that would just distribute the weight evenly. And being open here in front, it creates a leverage point, which is going to probably make these back ends give out. Now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just throwing weight on here in general. Like, I'm not going to go more towards the front or back. I'm just going to go dead center. Just to kind of see what general usage this would be able to hold up to. So we'll just get some dumbbells, throw it on here, and see what happens. Now, Bob Barker told me that he is absolutely made of pure muscle and iron, so I figured I'd test it with him on there, and seems to be holding well, so I'm sure it's going to do really well with the weights if it can take this massive load right here. Huh, Bobs? So I guess my biggest goal with this thing is really just not to smash my feet, but who knows. Let's see what happens. All right, so this one would be a 15-pound dumbbell. Another 15-pound dumbbell. And these are 10 pounds each. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. So 50 pounds, not a problem. Let's get some bigger dumbbells on there. I'm gonna put, these are 25-pound weights, so that'll just equal out what was already there. So there's 50 pounds back on it. Just add 5s. 5. Let's put a 15 on there. Another 10. Another 10. It's actually surprising me. I thought it would broke by now. So I guess we need more weights. So we had 100 pounds on here, 2 of each. So there's a 30, there's a 20. That's 130. It's a 25. Let's just go 150. Wow. 150. 160. 170. 190. 195. That'd be 210. And I'm kind of out of weights. All right, so these right here, I measured these ones. These are 25 pounds each, so we'll just start stacking on some of these ones. Weight to go. So that's 100 pounds. 30. Another 30. 25. Another 25. 230 holds. So it'll be 250. Gonna break soon, I think. There's a crack. Let's see, 10 more pounds. Can it hold? Oh my God, it's still holding. Oh, that's about to go. At least I think it is. Oh my God, I can't believe that's still holding right now. There it goes. Oh, I broke some of my weights. Darn. So that actually held up surprisingly well, and honestly, I think it actually could have held more weight too. Because when the first one a little wonky, I actually started to disassemble it because I was going to use parts of it. Then I put it back together, but in that process, this back joint, one of the first one that gave, it wasn't glued properly. I threw one extra screw in there just to try to hold it a little bit better, but I think if I had a proper glue joint, it actually would have held even better on that one than it did on for this test. But overall, I mean, over 300 pounds before it fully gave is pretty impressive. So I'm gonna say this works pretty good as an end table. So that's gonna be it for this time. We'll see you guys in the next one.